So why don't I just say welcome to the Distance Workshop Weekly yet again, and let's see if there are new menus. There only appear to be 2 new levels, so I'm not counting them. No, there aren't. Alright, let's pick a new one for the meantime then. What do I want? What is this? I don't remember looking at the rationality menu. I must have though, right? I know I've seen it in here. Okay, yeah, I did like this. It's alright. No, I'm not feeling it. Spooky time has officially ended. I mean, I could still come back to that, but, boring menu. So I don't recall exactly what this one is. Oh, yeah. This is cool, but it's a little much for me to look at on a regular basis. I don't think I can handle leaving it on that. Background, not a horse. Cheetah's cool, but I kind of remember having loading time issues. Not ideal for a main menu. Wait. Did we get music in this? I feel like this was one of the ones where I was like, this is cool, but I want some music to it. I don't know. It kind of works. I'll go with this one for now, I think. I do kind of like it actually booting up some music, but it's fine. Alright, I'm pretty sure the stream definitely showed up in the Discord channel, but let me double check. Tribo's running a stream. Well, I guess they're gonna be getting. Oh, they like just started too. Unless that's 3 hours? I don't think it is though. Yeah, I think they're doing a community server, which. No, wait, no, that is 3 hours. They started at 5:50. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Still not ideal to be doing my stream at the same time, but I'm not gonna put it off just for that. So let's take a look at these levels. Workshop. Oh, I did not hit download new, did I? Whoops. That makes sense why I'm not seeing anything new. Let's make a double check through here. No. Okay. Tranquility. I was gonna say, neither of these are big regular names, and now Creeper Shock is one of our regular creators. And I feel like I recognize this Razor name, but it's not one that I'm, like, that familiar with. I'm gonna try and be a little bit better at remembering names. That's something I'm just generally not all that good at. Ooh. Quite the loading time here. Yeah, this is what sucks about having a main menu with no music. It's like, then when you're loading into the level, it's like, man, come on. Oh, here we go. Alright. It's like a little frame rate droppage here. Ooh, that's not nice. I like the cool light stuff going on in the sky, though. Let's hope the frame rate evens out as we go. Interesting little drop off onto another track right off the bat. To Titania 2A, specialization, protectorate, something, starship, decolonize. Yeah, some of that's a little too close to the edge of the screen to read well because of the blur effect from boosting, and why would I not be boosting? So it's a little slow paced, but honestly, I appreciate giving us a nice easy straightaway to read that text. I probably should have started doing a little more once that went away, though. There's a nice skybox they've created here, though. Or a background, I should say, because it's not strictly a skybox. But you know what I mean? It's like the same general thing. Background layer versus the skybox. got boost panels there. Pretty spaced out. Oh, and we have infinite thrust. Wait. Oh, infinite cooldown. And we have jump. And we have wings. Oh. Yeah, not a good combination if you're gonna do infinite boost, because Starfield Dome. Ooh, access city. Ooh. Options. Okay. Oh. Nice decorations. I'm liking this. Level is not super exciting to play through, but there's some cool environments to fill. What was that? Why was that jutting through the pipe at such an odd angle? Like, this level is really nice to look at, most of the time. Got some nice neon lit structures in the distance. Just the gameplay is a little lacking in the whole infinite cooldown thing. Oh, we got a rocket taking off. See, yeah, this is really, really good environment work. Like, every time I'm like, man, this gameplay is boring, I'm like, ooh, wait, something cool to see. Like, that's where you're carrying the level on the environment design, and it's mostly working. I feel like interesting. Every time I'm like, there's too much downtime still, then the level's like, no, cool shit, look over there. I'm like, damn it, I'm trying to make a point. So I think the levels, oh wait, what? I'm a little confused by that. I think I was supposed to go under that, but it was like, it did not feel right. Tunnel, can I actually go off this ramp? Where does this get me? Streets. Yeah, there's really cool environment stuff going on here. No, not saying wrong way, but yeah, because this is where I jumped over. It is actually the wrong way. Okay. I thought, I'm like, maybe it wanted me to hard turn there to cut, but no. Oh, no, that opened up. It just wasn't open when I first came through it. Something funky's going on with that. Yeah, the door opened too slowly for the speed I was going or something. Like, I feel like if they just made the gameplay a little more engaging, like, actually it's not so bad at this back half. At the beginning, it's like, if they made the gameplay a little... Look, I know you said slow, but usually warning signs like that are supposed to be like storytelling and stuff. I don't expect to actually explode after going through the portal because I'm going too fast. Which I'm not sure if that's actually intended or just, Unity physics wackiness. Didn't feel like that was intended, but I don't know. Alright, that there. Alright, hold on. This, I did get a checkpoint from going through that portal. Yes, there is just... Oh, I'm messing it up. Okay. Yeah. Something happened when I went through that portal and I, flipped into the level and exploded. Anyways. Oh, this is different. Oh, this route is different. That's the kind of thing I would like to see more. Oh, I bet. Hold up. I do want to go up there, but I'm like, oh no. You know what? I have infinite thrust and flight, so I don't know that there's anything in here, but I see this and it's like I could easily jump into this and drive through it. I'm like, I must see. Nope, it's just a prop. What the heck is going on with the freaking models inside here? The front is fine and understandable, but what's with this stuff? These for the fins or something on that rocket missile thing? Oh, what the heck is... I don't know.
either way, I guess the issue really is it just looks too inviting to jump into there, because it's like, you have the nice low-end half-pipe on the back, that's like, oh god. Like, hold up. No! Damn it! No! Let me through! Stop it! There we go. Yeah, when you're coming up this, they're like, oh, that's a pipe. And there's it's like road in there. Not road, but it's like a half pipe on ground level that's like, oh, I could easily just hop into that. And it's like, oh, it's a tube. Maybe it's some cool secret thing. So yeah, maybe it's just something to indicate a little more, no, this is a bad idea, don't go there. If you die from doing that, it's your own fault. And this texture, I don't know what's going on, but this grid thing around this is way too solid. It feels like it's either going to be the end of the level or I'm going to crash into it and die. Which it is neither, so I take issue with that. Yeah, there's some more interesting stuff going on with the track on this back half. This outdoor section is kind of like, you're just traveling between locations, I guess, but it's like, oh, we could use a little something more. This is not so bad because we have the boost pads. Yeah, these are actually these boost pads feel like, okay, I'm kind of going somewhere or doing something in between. The very beginning, it's like they were way too spaced out. I'm just holding boost and waiting for something to happen. Cody Dome, City Center, Scenic Route. I'm gonna go City Center both times. So I need to play through this again to see the other side. 7, 29, 43 at date. Interesting. This is a long level too. Jeez, someone put some serious work into all the environments in this. This is like, there's a lot of work in this level. And most of it looks quite nice. The track itself could use a little more. Level was laggy in some sections. Yeah, it was laggy at the start. For me. I kind of stopped paying attention to that. I feel like it might have been a little bit of issues in some other parts, but it hasn't been too bad since then, if anything. And we got a cool big ship coming by. That's a nice bit of visual interest for this long stretch. Also, I'm not sure that there's any real reason for this road to be transparent. Oh, it's the end? That's kind of disappointing. I was gonna say, I like transparent roads and cool there, but when you just seeing like black rock and blackness that you can't really make anything out, I'm like, I'd honestly rather just see a regular road at that point, pretty much. Especially when there's other cool stuff to look at. It's like, nah, don't do the transparent thing and try and make me think there might be something cool under there. I gotta play this again. First of all, just to see the whole thing, but... Yeah, this beginning has some weird frame rate issues, and it's not just driving on the track, like some weird spline issues. I didn't think it was, but I had to check. Whoops. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. I'm like, I don't super like that, but it's like, oh, uncapped splines. I was just gonna say, you know what, it's fair enough because it's just like scenery things, and it's like, it's fine. It's better than having it just go into nothingness. But yeah, so stuff like this to the creator, that's when you don't cap your splines or you transition them into another road piece that doesn't really line up. It's really not the end of the world, but it looks so much better when you don't have things like this hanging out. Like, most people won't notice them, but when you do notice them, it's like, if you just put the end cap piece in the editor on it, it just makes things so much nicer and helps avoid some physics wonky bullshit thing up inside the road easier. So yeah, we get a nice little intro bit of blurb thing, which is cool. And then it goes away and we get a whole lot of nothing. Like, I like setting the scene and giving us some extra info. So yeah, well, this is the part where it's like, we need more boost pads, just a little something more going on, or it's like, why does this section need to be so long? We're using teleporters and stuff. We don't... does not feel great, which kind of sucks because there's a lot of cool stuff in this level, and the back, like I said, the back half of it's much better. Sure, it's like give people a chance to warm up. You don't have to start going full tilt, but it's like this is a little too slow to start. Oh, excuse me. And this level is already ridiculously long. Like, it does not need pad the distance like this. So last time we went to City Center. Tube access. Oh, and we're going through the city too. Okay, cool. It's nice. We're still using the same environment, but getting a different kind of view of it and a different path through. That's cool. I like it. Like, this level has some excellent environment work and kind of like world building. Like, this isn't just some abstract level. Like, this is an actual location in a world, and yeah, that tube doesn't have proper end caps. I have no idea what's going on with that texture there. I don't like that, but it's not the worst thing. But yeah, there's a bunch of things, like, a lot of things look so cool that you can look past it, but it's like, man, this would feel so much nicer and more polished if it was just like some of those weird clipped objects, or the ones that don't have end caps, were, you know, patched up. Rocket taken off. I wonder if there's something over here. You know what? I'm just gonna check different teleporters. Wait, is there a different alternate route that I'm missing? Can I get over this? Yes. Group is asking, don't know if you're a good level editor because distance admin calendar coming up in December. Enter a track. Yeah. Yep. I would not call myself a good level editor, but I am planning to do a track for it. Huh. So does this portal not work? Is it just cosmetic? That's a little disappointing, or isn't lined up to be two-way. I don't know. It's weird because this looks like this track is designed to come from that way too, but I don't know if it actually is. That's one of those things where it's like kind of the inconsistency in the quality makes me question things, where it's like, I don't, like, if this was like from another creator where I know their standards, I would be more confident in saying, oh yeah, that's just, you know, placeholder to be like, yeah, I wanted to use this other track, but it doesn't go anywhere. Or if it's someone else, I might be like, oh yeah, there's definitely some hidden route I haven't found. But with this, I'm like, I just don't know. I'm gonna find out where this goes. Into the desert rock. Okay, cool. Now I know. Question answered. Yeah, I don't have a particularly good idea for my track yet for the DAC, but yeah, I am gonna try to do one. I'm sure should be. There's no good reason that I shouldn't manage to get something together. I just don't know. We'll see. But yeah, because I did a track for it last year too. It's actually the first real track I ever made in distance. I spent way too much time on it. I'm mostly happy with how it turned out. There are some things that have plenty of room for improvement. Actually, hold on. There's like a ship launch area over here. Does this go anywhere? I suspect no. Okay. I kind of figured that's the feeling I was gathering from the rest of the times I've checked that out on this track, but no, I want to see. Oh, there's another road, but it's outside. I can't get to it. It's sad. It's using one of the train pieces. Okay. Clever use of assets. Laser Industries. Oh, was I just seeing something weird last time I came through here? Because I don't see. It felt like I was like driving into a wall the other time. These doors look a little weird the way they just clip through the road, but that's relatively minor. Burn test chamber. Like, yeah, there's a lot of really good theming and like world building stuff here.
This back half of the track is like really not bad because it's like you're constantly seeing oh, now we're outside. Okay, this is that road I was just looking at. Nice. I like that. Oh, wait, this door just opened. I think it just opened. I don't think it goes anywhere, but I want to see. Okay.
And also, yeah, don't give people infinite boost and everything else. Generally, you just shouldn't. And unlimited cooldown is something that should be used very carefully. But yeah, if you give them tools and stuff,
People are just gonna be like, well, why do I drive on the road at all then? I can literally just fly wherever I want.
and I don't just mean wings. If this person is new and is not aware, like, I don't know if you're aware, but it's not.
Oh god, that's a terrible example. But
Oh, you know what? This is a less bad example, and I can just be like, well, I don't need to recover back on the road. I can just, go where I want. Because no cooldown limitations. Sure, it's not really fast the way I'm doing it. There are people that are much, much better at this, but it's like, why road? I have flying car. No limitations. Granted, when we're out in the open like this, just going in a straight line, it's like, okay, I go road because it is actually genuinely faster. I mean, it's faster generally to have your wheels on the ground. Boost panels obviously reinforce that. But still, like, it's kind of like, don't let me just fly wherever I want. Like, it's cool, it's fun, but like, don't want the level to actually matter.
narrower scenic, scenic routes. I like the kind of like UFO hovering disc vehicles they're using here. Yet they're still driving over roadways, which kind of gives like the sense that, these things have to hover over a solid surface. They're not
just straight up flying. Then we have a nice surface to drive on with our vehicle, and we're not risking crashing into them. It's just kind of nice and fun. I appreciate that, is what I'm saying. We did get some nice, I think that was water under it. This is all water. Yeah, it's just like the view under the road is like, it's okay, but I'm like, I don't know if the clear road is justified here. I'm mostly nitpicking at this point. It's like, the level's way too long, and I don't know what else to talk about at this point. Basically. I don't mind long levels. Like, I don't like when a level's too short. Like, it's like this one drags a little much. I gotta give this a thumbs up just because the environment work and everything is so good. That's like, I would say, yeah, people should play this and check it out. Like, I don't think the gameplay is all that great. It's definitely got issues, but it's still worth playing. Let's check out Rock's Oscillator, who is here with us in chat. Hello. Oh, what is the description of this? Electrical lasers, rollers, and tight squeezes. Oh my. Oh, I actually forgot to read the description for that as well. Oh. I'll check it after this. Oh god. Those are indeed rollers. Alright. Alright. Whoop. Huh. Okay. Alright. I was not quite prepared for this after just that long. My warm-up basically being drive on straight road. Okay. Is there something behind me? No. Alright. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank at how I'm supposed to approach this second obstacle. And maybe just not full boost might be the answer. But I didn't get, difficult to be aware of some sections. Yeah, I can already tell from the start. Start is setting the expectations already. Alright. But alright. I feel like the one thing I don't like is we get a nice run up to this, but then I feel like it's like, it both does want me to carry momentum, but then doesn't, because it's so dang tight, but it might just be because I'm going from extremely easy to track to very demanding track, but also feels like you probably could ease up on the very first hazard here a little bit. without compromising that.
This is going to be a difficult track and all that.
Like, you can still have a little bit of a... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the right word, but you know, you can start off a little bit easier.
Oh, can you even really see that pop-up blocker from behind here?
Sort of. Yeah, I don't like this pop-up blocker's position here. You can't really see it coming.
Alright, I'm getting the feel for this, though. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the, oh god.
Let me get back on the roadway.
Alright, there's something to this. Like, I kind of like the vibe. This has kind of its own thing going on here. Its style of how we're traversing this.
Oh, now it feels like I just went through the same section again.
So I died. Did I not hit a checkpoint? I don't even know.
So I thought yeah, I did hit a checkpoint.
Why did that section feel almost identical? Was there a reason to not just do that?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna... I'm like, I keep questioning, have I ended up going backwards? Is this the same section? It's a little too identical.
Oh, no gravity. Wait.
Then what's to stop me from just doing this? I mean, I guess the hazards are more
kind of like flavor at this point, but you know, let me go back.
a little air control, but it feels weird to go from the really tight, demanding beginning and ending on this note. Yeah, the pacing feels really strange. I don't dislike it. I'm gonna play it again. I think there's something here, though. I feel like this level is like, it's almost got it, but it needs something.
Yeah, like, that's not too bad once I've gotten used to the level and know what it's expecting of me.
But it's a little much to start right off on that note, I will say. I just remember that one's always on the left because it killed me a bunch. And I can't see where I'm landing. Oh, I have wings? Oh. Why do I never think to check that? This wings actually only helps so much here. I was like, wings make this super easy. Kinda, but also kinda not. Yeah, these are clearly the same section repeating. I think it's fine starting on the ground. I think these vertical sections could use a little more to differentiate them, though. Because those, especially when you're like kind of like a little disoriented coming out of them, then it's like, wait, am I in the same place? Like, maybe not, but I feel like I am. Even if it's more visual, like the ground sections visually look a lot more distinct than these vertical sections all look very samey relative. Like, obviously they're not completely the same, but they've got a lot of that going on. Oops. Yeah, I did that wrong. Uh-oh. Okay. That was too greedy, trying to cut it too close to the pillar. Yep. Maybe I should have touched down to get more momentum. That's fine. It's a little weird with how demanding the start was, and then we get these sections where it's just like you could just ignore the obstacles. I think that's what's throwing me off. It's like you get that vertical section and this section on the ending note, and I'm like, that just feels like a strange way to end this level. Yeah, I think it could stand some changes and touch-ups to differentiate the sections a little more, but it's not bad. I think for someone looking for an interesting challenge level, this is not the best one. like I said, the ending is kind of feels off and feels like it's kind of losing all the challenge aspect, but I actually like the overall feel of it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. So that is, I do believe, excuse me, all the new tracks for this week. Let me double check. So yeah, there were only 2. All right, well, as usual, any requests, recommendations, or suggestions, down for that. Otherwise, I'm going to probably break my camera while I look up this playlist of levels I wanted to check out for that one. What am I? Browsing levels now, collections. The Cat Walton's like mini campaign series themajigs. It's New Earth. Yeah, Rebirth is a continuation of New Earth. Okay. So yeah, we'll start with New Earth. Yeah, I broke the camera. I knew it. I would have been almost more surprised if I had. Anyways, what are the level names I need? Arrival, upcoming sectors. I need playlist mode. It says, yeah. Coming. Oh, I need to change the menu. I need music. Hold up. This is just not gonna work for me. This no music thing, it's not gonna fly. I think I remember liking this one. Yeah, much better. And we have music. Oh, I put this together. No. Arcade. Not workshop. We are getting workshop levels, but not that way. Arrival. Upcoming sectors. Sign of the Past. Gas Down. Past. Gas Town. Purpose in it and meeting. Let me read the whole description. This New Earth Company is a fan company made by me, Cat Walton. The fact is that Archaic captured space and he moved to the Earth. Ooh, the last spectrum destroyed at all costs. Okay, so Archaic got to Earth, we're going to take it out again. Oh, before I forget, I didn't want to look at the description of that other level, Tranquility. Earth and the Array were devastated. Without warning, tensions rose in a fight for remaining resources. Then came the nukes. If we can't have them, nobody can. Perhaps a miracle, 4 colony ships were previously constructed aboard the Array and survived the war. With antimatter propulsion, a revolutionary breakthrough in the field of physics, these ships carried humanity's last survivors to the stars. We have come far, but we will never forget. Hashtag Distance 2.0. I hope you enjoy my first level. Oh, first level? This is actually a very good accomplishment for the first time level maker. Like, genuinely. Yeah, the actual world design stuff is very good. This release a little desired. I don't know if this person is aware that Distance 2 already does exist. It is probably not what they had in mind, though. Anyways, let's, let's get on with this. Start playlist. Doing Cat Walton's, mini campaign type deal. Systems. Okay, we have no boost. We still have percent. Alright. Starting to light up. We're heading towards the red evil stuff. Yep. This makes sense to me. This is like, that was like a nice intro segment. We are kind of getting some nice environment build up here. Some nice environments and like kind of build up kind of like the whole story idea. Simple factory. I say there could be a little more going on, but then again, in the main campaigns, intro level is kind of like this. And I actually think I remember quite liking the environment in this one.
this ship coming around. Audio, we get a train.
Sources of satellite sectors. The array functions as one metropolis. From energy storage.
Yeah, it's basic, but there's a little bit. I feel like there's like just enough going on, and it is supposed to be like a intro thing, but I don't know. I'm a little mixed on custom campaign intros because it's like I almost feel like it makes more sense to expect people to have already played the main campaign, at least to learn the basic stuff, so we don't really have to do such a long, drawn-out introduction to each mechanic. I feel like we can fast-track things a little more than this. But I can't really blame someone for wanting to try and make it entirely standalone either. No, gravity's supposed to be like space, and I was gonna put like a broken building at the end of my level. Yeah, no, I get that. It just, the actual obstacle pacing feels out. You know that he is flying at us. You will not help us in this case. Am I talking about me, or? I don't know. Yeah, back about Euro level before. Yeah, no, I get that. It's just weird because it's like you get to skip the obstacles for free. I think if there were other sorts of hazards that didn't make it such an easy straight shot, it would make more sense, because it just feels weird that the challenge like disappears on the last 2 segments if you realize, hey, I can just ignore all of the obstacles. That's kind of my issue with it. Yeah, I don't think this is a bad level. It's just not that exciting. It makes sense as an intro level. It's fine. It's got some nice elements in the environment and like a little bit of story bits setting things up, so. Pink workshop level for distance, because it's a cool level. Maybe, but I don't recall, so I will check it out after this. So this is upcoming sectors. We're in the railway sector. Yeah. We still do not have any of our abilities, just boost. Again, the environments are really not bad. There are some cool things going on here. This is not enough to carry the level on its own. Like, we already did the nice long driving, get used to things bit. I think this level is stretching that a little too much. Granted, the level just starts. We're 40 seconds in, and I haven't had to really do much of anything. That is too long. It's fine to start with this level off slow and be like, no, you're not going to do anything right away, but you need to start introducing more elements, more hazards and such. I don't really have issue with the environment. It's the environment's not crazy enough to justify extremely basic gameplay. And even then, you should have a little more to the gameplay anyways. Because you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that this gameplay is okay to go on for beyond a full level. This level of just boost and turn a little bit here and there. And, while this level is doing some stuff, like, honestly, I really like that reveal and the ship's going across. Like, there is cool stuff here, but it's not enough to justify that this driving section is okay to me. I said, you'd have to do a lot. While this level's doing many good things environmentally, it's not that level. Yeah, this feels like just another intro level. Like, sure, we're getting a tour around, like, kind of the territories and getting the feel for the vibe and visual stuff going on, but it's like, unless this level's just meant to be a showcase of art assets and building up story, and, like, we're not even getting enough world buildings. Like, yeah, the first level we at least had, we had bits of text, some signs, talking about things. Like, sure, it wasn't a lot, but it's like, this level doesn't even have that going on. So I kind of feel like, yeah, the environment was cool, but what is this level offering, really? Like,
Like, I guess it's progressing the campaign of just being part of the world, but it's like that could have been shortened down and made part of another level or something. I don't know. Infinite cooldown enabled, but why? Why do I get infinite cooldown? What is the pacing of this campaign? Or series? I guess I don't need to call it campaign. It's a level series. Now I have... I would say even less gameplay, but technically not really, because the other was spaced out that you just full boost and you always get cooldown in plenty of time, and now it's just like... Now I don't even have to care about the checkpoints constantly giving me cooldown. Oh, shit. Okay, that was a pretty abrupt... I will say, I wish they would warn me a little earlier that I was getting jumped back. Like, yeah, I kind of saw that, but I didn't register properly, because I was just in autopilot mode of just hold boost, go to right. Oh, okay. Now some countries are still something. Wait. See, this level's, hold on, let me actually restart this level. How long does it take us to get to that point? See, this is more like what the second level should have been. I don't think I agree with the infinite cooldown, but sure, I suppose. I mean, thematically, I understand why you would want another level before you go into the straight ruins, but like, the actual gameplay pacing, this is around where the second level should have been. It's like, yeah, we're like, okay, you get a little bit of time to take in the environment and be like, yeah, nothing, we're not throwing you into the deep end yet. And it's like, okay, new mechanics starting up now. Like, the level's actually starting, and we get a cool, like, cutscene type thing. So it's like, you're not just driving, it's like, all of a sudden you have like, oh, wait, what's going on here? Story. Nice. I like that. Is that orange light? Oh, it's a dropper drone, isn't it? This section feels a little too barren and dull for just infinite boosting straight. I mean, yeah, we got a cool wrecked train. We got wings, intro to wings, alright. I feel like that we didn't need quite as long of a lead up to that, but alright. Nice drone flyby, I like that. Alright, I don't have any maneuvering thrusters, but I can jump. I get wings. Does that mean at this point I can just say, screw you, drone, I have infinite flight? I guess I can. Or it's honestly a lot slower, and... No, he's never gonna land if I don't touch down, is he? I don't like the extra blinking effect put on. I don't know if that's extra or if it's... I feel like something extra was done to them to give that blink before they drop, which is a nice touch. The pacing still feels a little off, but it's much better in this level. Like I said, it was saying, the pacing and interacting with the actual level felt like this should have been level 2. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely not there yet, but... okay.